Okay, hey Google, turn off the music. Okay everyone, let's go ahead and get started. Today is Monday, June 10th. All hands. Okay. Starting the recording. Go ahead. Close the door.
Rescue Giga.
It's okay, we begin. Alright, so today we begin here. June 10th. It's good to see everyone back, by the way. It's good to see the new people, or the first ones here. Let me start with giving introductions. Let's see. Hey, Chris, how's it going?
Good.
All right, fantastic. Okay, let me start with introductions first. I'll need to get a second screen over. Let's see. I need to appoint a secretary too as well. Okay. So this is the second camera, right? So that the rest of the world can see Wally. Oh, best place to put it, Nelly, is just right here. Yeah, that way can be readily available. And let's see. Let's go ahead and get that in. Down in. How's JoJo, Chris? Hey Gabby, how's it going?
Good, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Good.
Gi, Gi. Analisin dulu ya. Kalian foto aja dulu, ntar aku nyusul.
Okay, turn it right over there. Okay, let's go ahead and begin. First things first, let me announce the new people here. Sorry, my voice is a little bit dry. Let's take a look. Hey, Gabby, how's it going? Can you hear us? Okay, awesome. All right, let me announce some new people. We got, first one is over on the right. This is Wendy. Wendy is joining us as a trainee from STPBE, went to the same school as Gabby did. To her left, to her right, is Eva. Welcome, Eva. Eva's also a trainee, and then to the right of that is Robbie. Robbie is a candidate for host for this week. Okay.
Welcome, Ruby.
Yeah,
Welcome, Robbie Katan.
I'm from Singaraja, not Bali.
Okay. All right. Let's welcome the new people in then. Thank you, everyone. Okay. Aside from that, let's go ahead and go into the overview. So the June theme is to book and delight. Achieve peak revenues and delight our guests. Our revenue target is $320,000. The stretch target is $375,000. The next month's theme is exactly the same. We're just going to call it peak bookings, and it's to achieve peak revenues, delight our guests. The revenue target has not been set. The stretch target has not been set. So, if anybody wasn't here last time, then please read this document. This is how we come up with the revenue target. This is how I come up with the revenue target. So, just really quickly overview, the revenue target is set by a growth vision. So every year before, from 2016 until now, we've grown between 30 to 40%. Our head count has also gone up. In 2016, we started with 4 people. Now we have, I think, close to 30 people actually. So also the payroll has gone up quite a bit. It's 7 times more than it used to be. And so in order to have sustainable growth, we need to keep on pushing that revenue target forward. So we set a lower boundary to the revenue target as 30%, and that's 316 this month, and an upper boundary of 341. We took a look at where we began and the month, and we began the month at 187 in June, and from that, we calculated how far we needed to go to hit the lower boundary, and that's a distance of $129,000 that we have to make up in June. So then we divided it up. We saw that in order to get to $129,000, we should be averaging $32,000 a week, but we know that normally we do not get $32,000 every week. It starts a little bit slow in the beginning. Second week reaches peak. Third week reaches peak, and then it slows down again because the availability diminishes. So, anyhow, okay, so that's the overview on how we come up with the revenue target. Once again, this is very important. Everybody. So individual bonuses are now shifted to company bonuses. For bonuses to be paid this month, the company needs to hit the revenue goal. So please, think about everything that you can do so that we hit our revenue goal. The first, this applies to Bali and Pineda for June, July, August, and December. This applies to Jogja at the moment just for June. We have new business up here now. So does anyone know that we have new business now on the all hands? Not everyone. Okay, so none you. Does everyone else know? Okay, if you didn't know, we do have a new business panel. If you have new business that you would like to announce to the company, please put it on the new business panel. Please also put your name next to it so that we'll know who brought up this new business. 4, inactive properties that require re-engagement with the owner. Please post on hospitality observations and tag Jing, Rafik, or YN for support. Thank you very much. Who, by the way, actually brought this up as an order of new business? Anybody would like to claim credit for that? Nobody. Okay, all right. Well, thank you for whoever bringing it up. Yes, it is a great order of new business. Let's go on and take a look at our observations for June and see how we've done. So we started the week around June 3rd, so let's scroll back to June 3rd and see when the first observations were coming. So, Villa Megaland. So, oh yeah, I got this unusual error. Chris told me, I'm not sure, it looks fine. Okay, that's fine. This is revenue management. So, Ivan looked at Maharaja. Ivan is actually taking the day off today, but there's a observation from Ivan. There's another case from our guest where he brought a key for the room in the villa. So I guess he left the villa with a key. Ivan tried to contact the guest, but they said they didn't have that. But insist on not having it in the villa and asked them to check again. They checked out, and turns out one of their friends had it. They're going to return it in 2 to 3 days. Pop Mega is okay with this, but the key isn't returned in 3 days. He's going to charge the guest via Airbnb. Look, guys, we have this tool here. This is a great tool. Please use it. There's like 12 of them sitting up here. This is a key lock box. So in order not to have these issues, just ask the owners to install a key lock box in their villas, and they put the key inside. It's like the one we have right outside. It solves all these silly key problems, okay? So that's the best solution for that. Ivan, Pop Mega, feels that there's not enough time to clean up the villa, especially if the guest didn't leave the villa clean and left in a messed up condition. So he asked about not having any back-to-back reservations. Discussed with the team after having a talk with Pop Mega. The team recommended to move the check-in time to 3 o'clock. Pop Mega agreed to it, and we'll move the check-in time to 3 o'clock. So that's fantastic. Thank you, Ivan. Okay, Ivan got some more stuff. Got some bad reviews here. Let's take a look at what that is. So we got a bad review, which is normal. We do like a few 100 reviews a week. And, Burak. So we're dealing with this actually with Celine right now. So this is due to a pricing difference that we had between the contract rate and also between last minute discounts. So if you do see a very, very emotionally charged review, please do not ignore it. That is the worst thing. That is a big, big leak in the entire system. Please escalate this, right? If you don't know who to escalate to, go to your squad lead first. If your squad lead is not available, escalate it to me. I'll take a look at all bad reviews. Having something like this really brings down our brand, and I would like to give credit for Ivan to actually bring this up. Okay, let's keep on taking a look at it. All right, so there's some stuff with Wyana. Wyana mentions that there's some channel manager overlap. Sabrina, June 5th to 6th, confirmed Airbnb. Overlap with Coco, confirmed June 5th to 7th, was confirmed whole. So I'm trying to figure out what this happened. I got the ball rolling with the dialogue to Toki, and we got a conversation started. We still don't know why this happens, right?
Actually, after I look at more details, and there's actually just early. It was like book a number 3 listing, but I don't know, like the booking is sold out on the 4 row on the.
Okay.
So it's like 3 times overlapping actually.
So what we're seeing right now on Toki is essentially people are overlapping bookings on Toki. We don't know why this happens, but it's happened a few times. Who said yeah? Okay, you said yeah.
And I also found this morning under Marta is the booking on the booking.com being placed, but the owner tries to book it and then it's
Successfully added on top of the
shouldn't
existing
be,
booking.
like not available same by Toki price.
Okay, well, let's...
I already put you in Bitly actually.
On Bitly.
He have a Bitly for
Toki Derek.
No, he went for the day off.
Who's he?
By you.
Okay, by you. Okay, so I think that this should be fixed. Having overlapping bookings is very concerning. It's a potential leak for a lot of things. So let's let's figure out. I got a conversation started with Toki, but perhaps I can also escalate this to Bayou if this doesn't result in any fixes, right? Okay, so next one is, let's see, Despacito, Eva. Okay, Eva put in her first observation. The guests asked us to bring their things from Pinkunko to Despacito. Dion and me helped bring their things with their scooter. Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much, Eva. Let's see, Yvonne. Wow, Yvonne's very busy here. Oh, Val. Okay, Val got his first mention. So Val's mention was, I'd like to thank the host teams with Val, Cynthia, and Dominic, who were responding very quickly to our requests, and also service after leaving us found and mailed out the hairpin that was left at the room. I'll come back again in the future if I ever visit JoJo. Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much, Val. And okay, we've got some more bad reviews from Jeremy, who stayed at Villa Kanha. He said that we did not respond to the request to move, but I recall they were moved to Malindo immediately. I even escorted them to Malindo and helped them with the luggage and informed them about the house. I think the guest is just picky and stingy. Okay, Yvonne also writes that I do not think this needs to be escalated because we already talked with the owner and the on-site staff, and they fixed it already. Because I haven't seen any complaint about this anymore, all the guests after them always gave Kanha good reviews. The first time I saw a bad review about Kanha since a month ago. Okay, all right, here's another one. So, Jing, Amanda, oh yeah, this was a big drama. So, there was a guest, Gosia, Amanda and Salam got involved. The owner claims that she extended her reservation by an oral agreement with the on-site team, but did not pay for the last night. I agreed to investigate. And then the final result was Chris had a discussion with Putu. There is no unpaid extension. Gosia stayed at Bingen as per for her original reservation. So the owner got misguided, I think, and got some wrong information. This part is important. If a guest wants to extend, please get involved and ask them to extend through Airbnb or through us. When guests extend manually or they extend directly with the owner, that causes two potential problems. One problem is that the owner offers a different rate than the rate that we are offering, and then that causes really upset guests. The second problem is that they extend, and of course they don't put it in the calendar, those dates get booked again, and that results in an overlapping overbooking. So it's very important that guests extend through the channel which they originally made the booking, so that we don't have these kind of leaks anymore. In this case, I think it was an overreaction from the owner, but I think it's also a pretty good opportunity for us just to be aware. Okay, so that covers some of the reviews. Thank you, Yvonne. Thank you, Eva. Thank you, Wendy, for actually posting these. There's quite a lot of information. We also had some feedback to some Nusa Penida owners. Oh, this is actually a good topic to discuss. Does anybody here know what a P-trap is? A P-trap. Okay, Wen knows what a P-trap is. Does anybody else know what a P-trap is?
Yeah.
Okay, who said yeah?
I.
Okay, yes, Wendy, what is a P-trap?
I don't know how to
My
explain, but
apologies,
it's-
I don't understand.
Sorry. Okay. I must have said okay, Google. Whoops, I just said it again. Okay, go ahead, Wendy.
I don't know how to explain that one, but you showed me the picture, so I think I know, but I cannot explain it.
Okay, great. So, okay, it is, let's see, does anybody anywhere else know? Eggy, do you know what a P-trap is? Oh, wait, Chris, is that a thumbs up? Chris, what's a P-trap? Chris, what's a P-trap?
So pickup is basically the design.
Thank you very much, Chris. Okay, that pretty much handles it. A P-trap is basically a drain that flows in kind of a U shape as it goes out. A P-trap is very important because if you don't have a P-trap, all your toilet water and all the gas that comes out of the sewage line will start going up through the pipes, and it will start making bathrooms really smelly. I understand a lot of new construction sites probably do not install P-traps. The number one reason is contractors don't care, and they get paid twice if they have to come back and reinstall it. So, if you do get bad bathroom smells, and it's coming from the thing, it's coming from usually the shower drain or maybe a drain in the bathroom, it's usually because of a P-trap issue. When you do install a P-trap, it forms a water seal so that the water blocks any of the gases from coming back in. It does not mean the bathroom is unclean. I guess if you think of the gas as actually unclean, but there's no actually anything dirty about the bathroom itself. It's generally because of the smell is coming back in from wherever the tanks that hold sewage are. So if you do get those complaints, those are generally the reason why. Okay.
Also, as a market building, just make sure also if they are like, for example, you have a good signal that you want to stay with us, just make sure they the owner, okay, did you put a
P-traps in.
P-trap in? Because,
If you see a construction site, make sure the owner puts in a P-trap, right?
exit,
If you're a market builder.
you have to put signal with us, like that's normally I suggest to in the beginning.
Okay, all right, good stuff here. Yvonne, I wanted to actually come back to give us a talk. Yvonne has had an enormous amount of reviews mentioning him, like unusually high. He's gotten mentioned almost like 3 or 4 times a week. So he's going to give a talk later on about how to get your names mentioned in reviews. I think I already have a little thing over here. So what Yvonne does typically is that he reminds the guests at checkout, hey, please put in a good review for me if you felt like there was something good. Please put in, don't write anything if you didn't like my service, right? So that reminder, I think, at the very end helps get people's name. And I think a lot of times names aren't being mentioned because when you introduce yourself in the beginning to the time the guest checks out, the guest actually forgets your name. So just remind them of your name. Tell them, hey, look, at checkout, I hope you had a great experience. If you did, then please think about me and put it in the review. My boss is watching. So he makes it playful, he makes it kind of funny, and the guests actually respond quite positively. Yvonne from Bukit Vista is very friendly, informative, and helpful. Recommended. Okay, and this one says, thanks for Yvonne as the manager, and the maids were very friendly and give us some tour guide and recommendations. All right, and then we had a short stay in this apartment. The check-in with Yvonne was very easy, and we had good communication with him and gave us a warm welcome. Thank you, Yvonne, for the guide and the assistant lady who served my breakfast. And thank you for this review. Cheers. Wait, okay. Where does it say Yvonne? Okay, yes, great place. Good communication was excellent. Yvonne and his team were very hospitable and helpful. Again, outstanding hospitality. Yvonne, who helped us, was very friendly and responded quickly when I asked for anything. And again, great little villa for 4 people. The hosts are very helpful. Location's great. Okay, a lot of stuff here. Jacuzzi, massage, Bali, Rami, toilets are okay. Where is Yvonne's name over here? Public response, yeah? Our public feedback, do you see it?
Public response there. Even and Bukit Vista thing.
Oh, okay, all right, got it. Okay, we also, Yvonne. Wait, but there must be another point because he wrote that himself, right? We're looking for the guest mention.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, that's different.
That's hard to find, yeah, there's so much text there. Dear host, I hope you come back. Monica, bug spray. Okay, all right. So but that's still quite a lot. Yvonne is also fairly new here, and I thought this was a good role, and this could be adopted as a new good best practice. Okay, let's go and continue on. So we passed the observations and improvements. Let's take a look at SLAs. Last week we passed this on market building on generation of leads. Anyone in the company can be considered a lead generator. A high-value good lead is defined as a contact, a phone number that leads to the owner or decision maker. Distribution, the property is not hooked up onto multiple OTAs and our agents. Desirability, the property is near attractive beaches and attractions. And desirability, the property has an array of restaurants, bar, clubs, bottle shops, supermarket, laundromats, etc. nearby. Once a contact has been qualified as high-value good lead, a lead closer will take over. Okay, so that was the SLA that we passed last month. Is there any more SLAs for market building?
I'm passing them in tranches, so
Okay.
I would like to pass on the next Monday on.
Next Monday. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, fantastic. Very good. So let's see. Market building will pass the next tranche on the next all hands. Content. Okay, so content, there's a service level agreement on process work only on the one listed on content request Trello. The content person will take a new request according to squad and move to respective list. If there's any work that needs to be transferred, it will be communicated internally in Content Squad, and the card tag will be updated. On photography, taking photography, the content person will join the WhatsApp group using the link provided by the market builder. They'll send a prop checklist to staff and owner before taking photos. They'll take the photo and create content observations. They'll move the property Trello card from ready to photo shoot to ready to list in the market building Trello board. Create and edit listing requests. Create Toki calendar and connect listings. Move property Trello card from ready to list to listed in the market building Trello. And as the output, content is a server to reservation. The listing standard must be that it is instant bookable. The rate is set correctly. On the content, the photo, the property, the area content, and the infographics are put in. Correct photo to specify the unit. It's connected to Toki. Payout split is set to default bank accounts. Listing will get 1 booking after the week of launch, and the inquiry to instant book above 70% after a week of launch. If not met, get feedback from the revenue team about why, take necessary action, and seek approval. Special request listing, especially for example, for multiple bedroom listings, the rate will be correctly set, the content will follow the previous process, and this payout split set to default bank accounts. And on iteration, content receives feedback from all clients, requirements that you fill out content request form, details of the listing and property, what is wrong, what could be improved, what is correct, or suggestions to improve it. The output is delivering content requests on point and before the due date, and the improvement should have the objective to eliminate the problem and measured as key result. All right, fantastic, very good. These are all new content SLAs that we've passed. Any new content SLAs that we need to pass this week?
No, we need to discuss.
You need to discuss. Okay, all right. So with the marketability, so okay, all right. If you have any new tranches that you'd like to launch, like to pass, then please have that discussion. Okay, the rest are remaining the same. I think on reservations, we passed this. So responding to a message. Chris motioned to add client based on every point. Okay. Signature should always be put in every answered inquiry or request on Airbnb message. Any promise to check on the uncertainty of a guest inquiry should be processed and followed up to close on the same day with a clear submission and our conclusion. Check on new bookings. Answer questions based on the Airbnb listing or the property Trello card. Report missing information to content via content request and keep communication with guests. Create WhatsApp groups with our guest and host and provide information to resolve issues. Okay, fantastic. We passed those last week for reservation SLAs. On host, okay, these are all the same. Finance, have you passed any new SLAs? Yes, okay, Gigi will stand forward. So for new onboarded partners, the group payment and the finance attributes will be given to the partner as has been listed on the PRM. The partner's bank account will be registered on the first week after the listing has been launched. If the ID and bank account statement can not be uploaded on the prop survey, the document has to be sent to finance at Bukit Vista at gmail.com with the subject, proper name, ID, and bank account statement. New listings have to be hooked up with default account, and the percentage should follow the PRM. Finance inquiries are responded within 10 minutes during working hour. Special cases. Every special case has to be reported through WhatsApp to assign finance support using special case expander related to this journal, finance related journal for the host team. So this is to host, right? If there's a special case, okay? Guest refund will either be sent through PayPal or bank account. The guest doesn't have both the option. Assistance from finance support is needed. Every mistake cost the company loss will be the responsibility of the one who is in charge of the case. Ooh, nice, okay. All right, so don't fuck up, otherwise that will hurt you. Okay, administration. Reimbursement has to be reported by the second by the latest, and reimbursement that have been past 1 month cannot be processed. Reimbursements received for Jogja has to be uploaded to the reimbursement paper, while for Bali it will be given to finance support. Reimbursement is mandatory to include the receipt. Okay, fantastic. Any new SLAs that you'd like to pass, Gigi?
Yeah, the administration one.
Okay.
The last one.
Administration one.
Yeah.
Here. Yes.
So point A until D.
Point A until D. Oh, this is new, right? Oh.
So we haven't passed the.
Oh, we haven't passed that yet. Okay. All right. So I would not put these on. Okay. All right. Okay. So there is part of the SLA that has been written onto the SLA, but it has not actually been voted in, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to vote on it right now. Gigi, you're starting the motion. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Please state your motion.
So I motion to put the administration point to be pass to pass as a company SLA. Do I have a second?
Okay. Fantastic. Do we have a second for Gigi's motion? Okay. It's been seconded by Risky. All right. Is there any discussion about this new SLA? So the administration element to the finance SLAs will be reimbursement has to be reported by every second of the month at latest. Their reimbursements past 1 month cannot be processed. So if you take longer than a month to reimburse, then that will not be processed. The reimbursement receipt for Jogja has to be uploaded to the reimbursement paper. For Bali, it has to be given to finance support. And the reimbursements need to have a receipt. Okay, all right. So is there any discussion about this?
Yes.
Okay, yes, okay, to Bayu. The chair recognizes Bayu here.
So I heard that we are going to use a new system for reimbursement. So with this new system, will it be
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
So basically, we're still running the trial for the new system, which is economic. So as what I can expect it will take at least like another 1 month to pass the trial until we decide whether we are going to use the genomic or not. So at the moment, so basically what we will change is just the number C, and A, B, and D will be the same. even though
Okay,
we
so
are
do you
changing.
want to remove C for the moment because there is a trial happening now with Jojo Nugget?
Okay, let's
Okay.
So let's amend.
Okay. Mr. Secretary, do I have a second on amending that motion? Okay, all right, it's been seconded by Gigi. So what we're doing is we're temporarily removing the clause C because there's squads 3 and 4 that are in trials on Jojonomic at this month. So we will leave that out. And okay, all right. All right, so this is then the 3 clauses that we're looking to pass. Is there any further discussion? Okay. All right, if there's no further discussion, this does have implications to everybody. So if you want to discuss, please step on toes right now or live with the consequences of these decisions. Okay, all right. I don't see any hands up, so there is no discussion. So, all right, we'll put it to a vote. I'll administer the vote. All in favor of passing this motion for finance, please raise your hands now. Okay, so that's pretty much everyone that I can see. All right, fantastic. Okay, please put your hands down. All against, please raise your hands now. All against these motions, please raise your hand. Okay, all right, that's unanimous. All right, motion carries. Thank you very much, Gigi, for bringing that through. Okay, so this will be the new administration for reimbursements, and the Secretary has already placed it onto the company SLAs. Thank you very much for getting that organized. Yes, we are working on Jojonomic as a new way to do expenses, squads 3 and 4. We already passed trials for 3 people, just 2 people. It's Patnuki and Dominic. So we're enlarging the scope this month. We want squads 3 and 4 to use Jojonomic to report their expenses. If it does work, then we'll release it out to the entire company, and this will be a company-level process. But in the meantime, please just, if you're not part of that trial group, then just report expenses and reimbursements as you did previously. Yes? Gigi?
Yes.
Okay, great. So if you're in squads 1 and 2, please just report your expenses as before. We'll let you know if you're between different squads. We'll let you know if you're part of the experiment process for the new Jojonomic trial. All right, fantastic. Okay, great, fantastic. Congratulations, Gigi. So, any other chapter KPIs that need to be passed or reminded of at the moment? No? Yes? Okay. All right, let's move on. So, let's see. Next stage is role assignment. Let's go take a quick look at where we are. Squad 1, Jimarad, Bingin, Balam, Pandawa, Pajatu, Nusadua, and Umasai. All right, so, Noli is the market builder. Lead generation is being done by Yuan. Yuan's also brand new here. She's sitting right over there behind Gigi, to the side of Gigi. So let's welcome Yuan on. Yuan just started her DEM contract yesterday, or the day before. Was it Saturday? Saturday, yeah. Okay, about 2 days ago. So she'll be joining on the market building chapter. Nunli will be her advisor. Diva is the primary on content. Bayou's backing up. Alvin is there support. Chris is the lead on Reservation Guild for proxies. If you have questions on how to answer a reservation, Chris is the coach. Please ask him. His proxy will be Alvin and Rafik. If Chris isn't there, please refer to Alvin and Rafik for profile coverage. Rafik is chapter lead on hosting, on hospitality. Ivan, Putu, and Wendy are backup hosts, are hosts 2, 3, and 4. Gigi's doing finance, Rafik's doing community, Chris and Nunli and Jing are doing revenue management. Jing is human resources, Bayou's internal tools. Diva's working on online marketing. Squad 2 is covering Padang Padang, Luwachi, Canggu, and Ubud. Eggy is the primary market builder. Nunli is backing up. Lead generations are also being done by Yuan. Diva is the content person. China Dairy's air support. Chris is once again the reservation coach. His proxies are Chandra, Tendi, and D1. So if anytime anybody in Squad 2 needs to ask about a reservation, please ask these people in the order that they are given. First Chris, then Chandra Devi, then Tendi, and then D1. Tendi is the squad lead on Squad 2. D1, Gabby, and Chandra Devi, and Eva are the hosts. Gigi is doing finance. Rafik is community. Bayu's taking care of the revenue management. Canggu, Tendi's taking care of revenue management. Luwatu, D1's taking care of revenue management. And Padang. And Bayu is transferring duties of Ubud to Tendi. Jing and R are working on the human resources, and the rest remain the same. Jogja is squad 3. Patnuki is the market builder. Bonne is the content. Dominic and R are doing the air support. Dominic and Val are the hosts. Risky is doing finance. Community is Patnuki, and also revenue management is Patnuki. Jing is human resources, and the rest remain the same. Ghani's getting started on the online marketing for Squad 3. Here's Benita. All right. Let's see. Wayana is market building. Yuan will be helping get in lead generation 2 as well in Squad 4. Ghani and Rizal are working on content. Ara and Shinti are working on our support. Chris is the reservation lead, or the reservation coach. Proxy is Shinthia. Risky is doing finance. Community is Wayana. Revenue management is Bayou. Human resources is me and Bayou. Profile coverage. Jing and Wayana covered by Maha and Chris. Wayana covered by Alvin and Maha. Advised by Tendi. Jing covered by Gabby and Chandra. Advised by Rafi. Chris and Wayana covered by Bona, Ivan, and Alvin. Advised by Chris. Bayou and Wayana covered by Diwan Chandra. Advised by Tendi. Bastian Wayana covered by Chandra and Gabby. Advised by Rafi, Diwan, and Jing covered by Diwan and Tendi. Tendi and Bukit Vista covered by Chandra and Tendi. Adventure covered by Maha, Chris, advised by Wayana. Emil covered by Shinthia and Rizal, advised by Ara and Wayana. Emil and Wayana covered by Shinthia and Rizal, advised by Ara and Wayana. Ara and Bukit Vista covered by Dominic and Val, advised by Ara. Gabriel and Ara covered by Dominic and Val, advised by Gabby and Ara. Nuki and Ara covered by Dominic and Val, advised by Ara. The Booking.com and Go to Expedia comes by Rapid. Let's take a look at the weekly KPIs now. So, all right, so far we're at 222, so we're about 100,000 away from our first goal. This is what each squad has done to contribute so far. So, oh no, crash. Okay, I need to reload this. Does this happen a lot for anybody else? Tableau crashing? No? Okay. All right.
Usually it happens we leave it open for more than 15 minutes.
Oh, okay, so if you leave it open for 15 minutes, then Tableau might have this inconsistent behavior crashing. All right, it's back up again. So let's take a look at what everyone's done so far. So, Squad 1 last month at 119, this month already at 101, very good. Squad 2 last month at 81, this month at 82. Squad 4 last month at 32, this month already at 24. And Squad 3 last month at 10, this month at 14.5. So looking good. We're pretty healthy right now in terms of where we're headed so far. Booking pace is good for the past few days. I see that we're above the average line. So yesterday we got 82, the day before we got 72, the day before that got 82. So we're functioning mostly above the average line, which means that the new average line will be pushed up. The current average is at 75 for bookings today, and so far today we've got 22 bookings. The weekly sales. So we're looking to get about 32 a week in order to hit our goal. The first week we already got to 43, so this is a very good start. So far today we got already up to 5,000 on the very first day, so this is also looking pretty good as well. Let's look at the booking heat map. So we're coming into a little bit of a low period for Squad 1. As you can see in Squad 1, there's a few dip days here. On Wednesday, June 12th, there's not a lot of check-ins happening. On Saturday, June 15th, there's a few of these dip days that are happening all throughout Squad 1. So I would advise caution for Squad 1 revenue management because there is not a lot of activity happening from this week of June to the end of June. I've seen a lot of properties that are quite empty. Okay, on Squad 2, there's quite a lot of heat coming all the way until about Friday of this week, and then it dips down a little bit. I do expect Squad 2, these days will start pulling up over time. So that part looks pretty good. Joe just seems to be cooling down a little bit. They have 6 check-ins today, then it cools down over a Squad 3. And Nusa Penida had a pretty killer week just before, but now it's slowing down a little bit. And I think revenue management needs to pick that up in order to get the booking pace back up to speed. Let's take a look at inactive properties. Balimina is inactive, but I'm not sure why it's still even there. Lilianandra hasn't got a booking in 30 days, and Villa Luna hasn't got a booking in 30 days. On Squad 2, the inactive properties in Squad 2 are 3 Monkeys, Ananda House, which is not good. That's one of our Ubud properties. Villa Ambalama, the Hideaway, and Emerald Villas. Ananda House has one of the largest revenue potentials that is on Squad 2, so we should talk to him and get him to consider what to do about his property. Okay, let's see. On Squad 3, fewer than before, Rumah Sarangat and Rumah Chating are the ones that haven't got a booking. Sunrise, Dasiman, Happy Ayu, and Oma Chining. Okay, and let's take a look at Squad 4, see what else is on the list. On Squad 4, there's only 4. Batang Sabo, Kawe Asi, Lotus, and Chapta. Let's take a look at where the guests are coming from. Yes, okay, yes. What do you
Isn't that not partner anymore?
Those are not partners anymore. Okay, let's ask. If there's a partnership that doesn't exist anymore, what's the best way to remove it from this list? Anybody know? Take it off the BVRR, yeah? Okay, all right. Well, there's your answer. Please take it off the BVRR if they're not partners anymore.
Yeah, I put it in non-partner.
Oh, okay. And talk about you to figure out why that's happening. Okay, let's
Okay, so okay.
go ahead. Bye.
So not only just move it on Trello. Trello and BPRR is different thing. So you go to the property details on BPRR, search the property name, change the status from partner to non-partner.
Is that on BPRR?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. So that's a good question for everyone. If a property is not a partner anymore, then just go on BVRR and tag the property as non-partner. Let's take a look. So in June, the majority. This is pretty much a similar picture as before. Most of our guests are coming from Western and Northern Europe over on this side. We've got some people coming from Brazil. Southeast Asia is heating up quite a lot. Got a lot coming from KL and Singapore. Jakarta. Philippines is picking up. Not a lot coming from China, surprisingly. Not a lot coming from India. A lot coming from the US. Quite a lot coming from Hawaii. Australia is a little bit cooler. Does anybody know why there's fewer Australians now? Has anybody noticed that there's less Australians this year than last year? No? Okay. All right. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm asking the question. I don't really know the answer. So, anybody know? No? Okay. All right. I think Australia's economy isn't doing as well. I saw some recent economic reports, so I don't know if that means less Australians feel motivated to travel. But certainly more Indonesian people want to travel. That's a lot more heat than we had last year. I'm also wondering if China is banning American products right now because of the trade war, because normally this time we would be getting a lot more Chinese guests. So maybe they're not using Booking.com and Airbnb. Not sure. Okay, so let's take a look at profile revenue. Okay, so on each profile, Adventure, last month at 13, this month at 8. Agoda, last month at 2, and this month at 3.9. Ara, last month at 1.7, this month at 4.2. Bastion, last month at 19, this month at 17. Bayou, last month at 24, this month at 17. Booking.com, last month at 20,000, this month at 12. We don't have any direct bookings. D1 and Jing, last month at 4.9, this month at 2.8. Emil, last month at 28, this month at 20. Emil and Wayana at 672 this month. Gabby, last month at 2.8, this month at 5.2. Jing, last month at 38, this month at 35. Jing and Wayana, last month at 46, this month at 39. Chris and Wayana, last month at 11, this month at 8.3. Nuke and Ara, last month at 6.7, this month at 3.6. Tendi, last month at 3.8, this month at 4.1. Traveloka, nothing because it's unlisted. Wayana, last month at 40, this month at 38. Let's take a look at areas. So on the areas, Balangan starts at 20 last month, this month at 13. We're probably going to be looking better. We have allocation at La Jolla now. Bingen last month at 56, this month at 47. Canggu last month at 40, this month already at 40. Looking good for Canggu. Chamagi, we are not listed there. Jimbaran last month at 15, this month at 8. Nusa Dua last month at 15, this month at 19.2. Padang Padang last month at 32, this month at 24. Nusa Penida. Nusa Penida last month at 32, this month at 24. Padang Padang last month at 16, this month at 12. Seminyak last month at 1.8, this month at 2.9. Ubud last month at 4.7, this month at 4,000. Uluwatu last month at 38, this month at 21. Ungwesan last month at 11, this month already at 13, probably because of Maharaja and
Bilakau.
Bilakau. All right, fantastic. Jogja last month at 10.9, this month at 14, and that's it for the area revenues. Let's take a look at what is new. What is new at Bukit Vista? So, what's new is, I can't see it. This screen is too small. Let me zoom out a little bit. All right, Mujimba is brand new. Let's see. Mujimba is brand new. It was brought in by Maha and finished by who? Was it Eggy or Nungli?
Me.
Okay, Nungli, please speak on Mujimba, Nungli.
Okay, so as Jing mentioned, Mujimba is actually almost like a villa complex in Bingin. It's right smack in the heart of Bingin. Actually, it's right next to Bingin Family Bungalows. Awesome owner. Actually, this owner had a lot of difficulties trying to launch herself on Airbnb. So it was a relatively easy owner to manage, and I feel that moving forward she will be quite cooperative as well. This is a property that's once again on a 20% commission model again.
Oh,
So,
nice. Very good.
yeah.
Okay, all right. Stepping up now, yeah?
Yes,
I
yes.
see.
Other than that, her property is very rustic, very charming, very cute. She positions it as a place where you want to disconnect from like technology. So she's like, no TV, everything's about the pool, about service, about cooking, about enjoying the sun and all that. So yeah, she's got a great property, and yeah, think she's got about maybe 5 or 6 bookings by now.
Fantastic. All right, off to a rolling start, Mujimba. Digital detox area,
Yeah.
kind of like going on Lebanon to your hometown. Okay, so very good, fantastic. We got another one here. Is this also Mujimba? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay. All right.
Yes, this is also Mujimba.
Okay, all three are Mujimba.
Yes.
Yes, and this is
Yes.
third bedroom. Okay, thank you very much, Nali and Maha, for bringing this in. The owner's name is Rhonda.
Rhonda.
Rhonda. Okay,
Rhonda.
fantastic. Does Rhonda live here, or is she?
She lives on site in a
crazy.
small little house behind.
Okay, very good. All right. So we have an on-site owner, Australian or
Australian.
Australian. Okay.
Australian retired.
Fantastic. Very good. So
There's one more.
there's one more. Yes, sir.
Can you open your tab
Yes.
and expand our new list?
New list.
That's Rumah Pertama, I guess. We have to introduce that.
Oh, right. Yeah, Rumah Pertama. Okay, very good. So Ek has been cooking breakfast at this villa with also the trainees and also Robbie this week. So we got to see. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for being here. So on the listing, there was mention about having breakfast, but there's actually no breakfast. But anyways, Rumah Pertama. Lily. Eggy, where's Eggy? Oh, Eggy's over here. All right, Eggy, speak on it. Yeah.
Okay, so this is a new property that we have around technically in Ogasan. So it's a 4-bedroom villa, very luxurious is the word. And the owner is actually Singaporean, and we met before. He's a little bit perfectionist, but the property looks very, very good. So, and we have already like a few bookings last week, so that's a good start to promote more on this property.
Fantastic.
So yeah, mentioned I think, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Eggy. Thank you very much for bringing this deal. I remember this was an interesting deal to close. And yes, this is very, very nice, actually. This is one of the upper line properties we have. Has a clear ocean view, a very high quality of build, has a fish pond when you walk in. It's got all the elements of a good 5-star villa. Okay, any other new listings that you should be aware of? Okay, Rumah Pertama, and it's right behind Planet Ban over here in Umasai.
Planet Bun.
Planet Ban.
Planet.
It's the shop that sells tires.
Okay.
Yeah. Ban means tire.
Okay.
Not like band, like you cannot come anymore. All right, the last all hands is right here. So if you missed that, please watch that here. Let's take a look at the projects and guilds. So translation to Chinese. Thank you very much for some of the new people. They're helping quite a lot. Robbie, Wendy, Yuan, and also Eva have been translating a lot of our listing to different languages. The translation right now is not just to Chinese, but it's to other languages based on active bookings. Whenever we see a booking from a group of people, let's say Brazilian for Padang Padang view, then we translate that to Portuguese, and it's based on the Slack feed. And so we hope by doing that, we create a little bit more identification and fit to each demographic that we work with. Digital marketing still meets on Thursdays. Okay, so everyone's back again, so we can run all the guilds and all the different meetings that we used to have. Digital marketing is back again at Thursdays at 4 o'clock. The appear is right here, so please go into that room if you want to learn more about digital marketing. We're doing cool shit on Instagram. We're doing cool shit on blogs. We're doing Game of Thrones articles. It's really exciting, and it's a good place to be, especially if you want to get involved in digital marketing too as well. So that means Thursdays at 4 o'clock. Human Resources meets on Saturday at 1 o'clock. If you want to know how to get a promotion, that's probably the best place to learn that. That's on Human Resources on Saturday. Copywriting, we just started because copywriting is important, and that's on Wednesdays at 5. Jean and Gani are hosting that. Oh, sorry. Diva hosts the digital marketing one on Thursdays, and Ara hosts the Human Resources ones on Saturdays. Reservation meets Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays at 2 o'clock Bali time, 1 o'clock Jogja time. Chris and Alvin are hosting that. Community Management is tomorrow from 3 to 4. Nili and Rafik are hosting that. Finance is tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Gigi and Risky host that. And the Sports Guild. When does the Sports Guild meet, actually?
Every 2 days, actually.
Every 2 days, yeah? Starting from yesterday, today, or... Okay,
That's
Guilty look.
okay.
If you're
Let's
part
go ahead.
of the Sports Guild, please
Yeah,
put... I just recently measured myself. I'm 100 kilograms. I probably will have to, like, join the Sports Guild, yeah? So I need to like get fit.
You did
So-
last night.
Oh, yeah, we ran up the hill last night. It was really
Oh,
cool. Yeah. Went to Gogong. There's this, like, 70-degree hill. We ran up that thing. It was really, really intense. So I was, like, just dead, but it was cool.
Or you can just open the sports field paper so you can see the
Where's the Sports Guild paper?
picture of ours.
sports.
You included the picture?
Yeah, I
Oh
put
my
it.
god.
Okay. Little detour. We'll go off on a detour real quick. Sports Guild. How am I doing on time? Okay, I got 15 minutes. Sorry. Sports Guild. I don't see it. Sports.
Let me edit back here.
Okay.
Okay.
Normally we'll put it on.
I put it back on.
Back on the all hands
yeah,
picture,
all
right?
hands
Fantastic. Let's take a look at the Sports Guild. Oh, we got pictures. Yay! Look at that. Look at some happy people all getting fit. So, once that opens up,
It is
I can hear the enthusiasm.
it's a 6 a.m. It's a 6 a.m. journey, but I think it's a good journey. Oh wow! Look. Okay, so that's Nunli and Risky and Wayana taking pictures of themselves instead of doing anything, right? And here they are again. Wow, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, right.
You're okay.
Not doing anything, not get that.
Right. We want to build a pull-up bar, actually. So we're going to go over to the side. Our first project is to build a pull-up bar. And actually, I need to teach capoeira. I forgot. Actually, I missed that one. But I think that was supposed to be right here. Okay, fantastic. There's a mission here. Please get involved in Sports Guild if you want to get fit and look really good. Like all the people who are on the Sports Guild right now. All right. Yeah. Gangsta. So, that's all the guild meetings. Oh, okay, my OKR. So, I started my OKRs to focus on booking and delighting people. So, for June, let's see where we are. So, these are essentially the projects I'm looking at. I'm looking at 10 key revenue opportunities. The first revenue opportunity I need to cooperate with content on. And essentially, we're looking to drive the instant book rate up. We think that translations will help with this to Chinese, Russian, but even more specifically to the language that people who have already booked are booking in. So we're starting that on content. We're looking to get more apartments in Jogja because apartments rock in Jogja and they book really well. We're also revisiting older properties like La Jolla and Uluwatu cottages to look for opportunities to restart relationships with those. La Jolla has already worked, and now Uluwatu cottages is next. Getting higher inquiry to booking reservations. I need help from reservations to do that on squads 1 and 2. And Numli and I are working on existing properties and new properties in squad 1 to maximize the revenue on that. Tendi, thank you very much. Well, Tendi's off today, but he's working on the new villas and also the existing guest houses with me to maximize the revenue on those. Squad 4 needs to get the booking pace up. So I've talked to Wayana about how to do that. We have some frictions right now because owners are blocking rooms due to direct approaches, and I think we need to explain our policy maybe on squad 1 to also squad 4, and also fixing pause listings. If you don't have any OKRs and you want to help the CEO, then please tag your name right there. Right? That's where we can get a lot of shit done. And I will be very, very grateful, and it's very visible to me too. Okay, so that handles my OKRs. Okay, that's that. Everyone, please get your OKRs done today. I know we're kind of behind because of the holidays. I distributed the employee satisfaction survey, but we did not get results from everybody yet. I'd like to remind everybody to please fill that in again today if you haven't filled it out, and that way we can get the results. My May OKRs are tied to that. So, yeah, please fill that out. If you have any guilds or any schedules, please fill it in for this week so that everyone knows what's going on. These are the promotions that we covered last week. Diva and Risky are both promoted. If you want to see how they got promoted, please take a look at that. In the meantime, all right, we have a few recognitions. So, for core value, I'd like to recognize Tendi and nominate him for Be the Hero. The reason why is I saw Tendi here 4 nights in a row doing night shift, and then he started the next morning at base. That's pretty crazy. So he did these consecutive double shifts. I think that's really amazing endurance, and I think he stepped up to cover 2 very difficult conditions. One is that we had a peak number of check-ins, and there was light duty coverage. So he really went above and beyond to be the hero during that time. Let's give an applause to Tendi. Watch this in the video, Tendi. Yeah, that's for you. Okay.
Tendi.
All right. Second, I'd like to recognize Rizal, actually. I'd like to recognize Rizal on being transparent and failing fast. And the reason why is because we had an error on the Rumah Pertama listing that resulted in this whole Eka needing to cook breakfast situation. But what impressed me was Rizal stepped up right away, and he admitted that it was his responsibility for getting that right. I think it takes courage to admit that to the CEO. I think that's actually really good, and I want to encourage this level of transparency and accountability. We don't want people to hide, so please don't hide when you make a mistake. We want light and transparency. It's not easy, but it improves trust, and it improves the team's trust. So, Rizal, thank you very much for doing that. I appreciate that. Okay, and then the next core value recognition is to Chandra. Where's Chandra? Chandra's behind somewhere. Chandra, stand up so everyone can see you. Yeah? So Chandra has been recognized by being the hero and helping others first by Rafik. Chandra is great on air support, and she spent almost all day to check all the reservations and guest WhatsApp to make sure everything is good. She always has the first initiative to solve overbooking, especially in Squad 2. Even though she is Chetawet, she is doing a great job here. Glad to have you here. I love you, Chandra. All right. Okay, that pretty much wraps up all the situations here. I'll go over really quickly. Once again, I need help on digital marketing to create a website for the All Asia Airbnb Host Conference. So probably, but I don't know if anybody has any bandwidth right now. It's kind of ridiculous with content crunch as it is already. But yeah, that's still going on, and I think we are developing a content chapter lead now. So let me go around the room and see if there's any announcements. Gabby, on your side, any announcements? Okay, all good. All right, Eggy and Dima. Okay, all right. What's up? Any announcements on your side? No, all good. Okay, Shinthia and Ara. Okay, you guys are good. Alden. Okay, who's this guy? Rafik. Fantastic. Okay, all right, sounds good. Let's go to Jogja. Chris, any announcements? Bona. Okay, Rizal. Gani. Anugi. Okay, all right, cool. And then, anybody in Bali have any announcements? Okay, all right, great, fantastic. Okay, that pretty much summarizes the all hands. We finished 5 minutes early. Wow, that's really cool. Does anybody want to tell a joke or otherwise entertain the company? Okay, if not, then we'll close this all hands. Thank you very much, everyone. Please, once again, fill out your employee surveys, get your OKR set, and let's kick ass in June because we have about 100,000 left to go. Okay? All right, thank you, everyone. Meeting adjourned. I motion to adjourn the meeting. Do I have a second? All right, thank you very much. It's been seconded.